When it comes to falling in love, why question is always left out when you're getting into the pool of love. However, the most important question you should ever ask yourself is, why am I falling in love? Why am I dating? Why am I getting married? Why am I marrying so and so and not so and so? Leaving out that question is the origin of many people feeling unfulfilled in love, many people feeling unhappy, feeling lost, and feeling emotionally distant with their loved ones. So in today's session, let's look at relationships of convenience, marriages of convenience, relationships driven by loneliness. You are marrying, you're getting married, you're falling in love, not because you're in love, but because you're feeling alone. And then you get into a relationship to cover up that loneliness. That is our session today. Relationships of convenience. I'm Dr. Mariam Naguja, the Ladies Guide, your emotional wellness guide.
She's a lady. She's a counsel.
Previously, we had a presentation with the Lottery of Kampala East, and our topic of the day was how to keep fire burning in your relationships. If you missed, we expounded on the importance of paying attention to the growth of the relationship, and most importantly, it takes some bit of work to work on the relationship, because the relationship has a life of its own. If you missed the session, please go to the description section below and find our last week session. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if it's useful content, as well as sharing to your friends and family, because sharing is actually a caring. That well said, let's dive into today's session. Relationships of convenience. Marriage of convenience, not love. This being a wellness channel, paying attention to how love is spent is my calling. Paying attention on how you relate well, because it is the foundation of your happiness. That's why we give you all this useful content on Friday to remind you of the things that money cannot buy, but which makes life worth living, your emotions. So most of the time, when people marry, when people fall in love, when people get into relationships, they have different reasons. But most of those reasons may not be right. And that's the reason for today's session. Relationships of convenience. Relationships driven by loneliness, because you are feeling lonely, then you join your life to another person's life. But when you're actually not emotionally intertwined to that person, you're not emotionally connected to that person, is the origin of your unhappiness in that relationship. So if you're having statements like, I'm not happy in a relationship, I feel lost, I feel something is missing, I feel I made a wrong choice, where am I feel, all that is a sign that you may be in a relationship of convenience. Which brings us to today's show, where we are giving you the 8 telltale signs that the relationship you're having right now is a relationship of convenience. It's a marriage of convenience. It is not made out of love. It is because someone is lonely and then they fear being alone and then they get married. Have you been there before? Fearing loneliness. People fear being single. Many women fear being alone because, one, you feel abandoned, you feel neglected, you fear being on your own because you've known to work on how to live alone. So in today's session, how to learn to live all by yourself before you join your life with that person. Because relationship, omukwano ogusinga okunyoma gwegwo ng'omuntu azajjudde nga tazenga wa kitundu. Buli ajja okumucompletingira mu relationship abeera ki? Frustrated. Okay? So because many people get into this relationship expecting the partners to complete them, which is a lie. I told you, this is individuals in a relationship. It's better for you to work on yourself before you join your life with another person. Okay? So in today's session, you're going to learn those 2 things. Living by yourself, that is 1. And 2, knowing whether you are in a relationship of convenience. Then next week, I'll tell you the right reasons you should consider when you're falling in love. Yeah, because remember, it starts with the why. One writer said, start with the why. If you're starting a business, why? Why are you in that relationship? If the why is not clear, it's very easy for you to feel unfulfilled. It's very easy for you to feel duped. It's very easy for you to feel lost. It is very easy for you to feel unappreciative of this person, no matter how good they are. Okay? So let's look at that in today's session. Because many women overlook the value of personal development, I'll always remind you. In my 10 years journey as a counseling psychologist, I've met lots of people with different unrelated problems. However, I concluded one thing, and that's what I tell all my patients. Whoever does it, it works. Every woman to get fulfilled in marriage, in a relationship, okujula. Love not akufula mulimu. Relationship not akufula mulimu. Omusajja not akufula mulimu. No nyumirwa relationship nenga chafuuse as if it has become a job. Is personal development. Nothing else. Nothing helps her. Nothing else has helped me in my life. Personally, nze mbawa byenkozesa. Byestakozesa sibyogerako. Just amanyi sikyogerako. Okay? So, when you do personal development, weweekulakulanya munda software ono hardware ebweru ayanguyibwa. Okay? Olw'ensonga nti abakyala bateekozeemu mulimu bannange okwekolako ekyo nja kiyimba okwekolako banne mulekera okwesiga ebizigo n'okwekuba lipstick ne bajaja ne gun ne makeup nga munda muli empty. Okay? That thing does not work. There is one writer who said, begin with the end in the mind. Tandika n'ekisembayo nga kiri mbwongo bwo. Olaba bino ebizigo makeup engato biteeteeyi okunyirira binyuma nnyo ng'omukyala omuwendo gwambuseemu katono. I mean okunyirira kulungi ate tukuvumaganya. Oba oyinyirira otyo oba weesize ekizigo ki, it is okay. But work on your value. Value teri ku ngoye, value teri ku lipstick, value teri ku weekuba okay, sijja kumentioninga bika bya makeup wano. Naye value eyambukira mu software. Software ntegeeza ebitambulira mundaamu ne byoka bikuluma ebweru. Ono hardware ebweru abeera supported by the software. Okay? Kati ekitawanya relationship, marriages and relating with men is lack of women doing personal development. Okwekulaakulanya munda. Emboozi ezikuvaamu, ebikolwa byo, endowooza yo nebanga etaalinga n'endabikayo. I think that's the best I can put it, right? When your audio and the video are all congruent, ebigambo by'oyogera ne video abantu gye balaba bikwatagana, that is success. Okay? However, when you look good, when you're all looking very nice, naye ng'ate munda software mufuba nange, it disappoints the man. I'm telling you the truth. When it comes to the decision of a man being with a woman for long term, it goes beyond the hardware. Abagala hardware manya baba tebalina value. Omusajja alina value ayagala hardware, ayagala software. Era wona bo ina hardware ajja kubeera nawe ebbanga ttono bamale banoonye software, because software yakola obulamu. Ye muntu gw'obeera naye n'owulira ng'oli fulfilled. Ye muntu gw'obeera naye n'owulira ng'omanyi gy'olaga. Ye muntu gw'obeera naye n'owulira nga teweeraliikirira. Ye muntu gw'obeera naye n'omanya nti ndi n'omuntu. Okay? Ataswaza. Aweesa ekitiibwa. All those things are valuable when it comes to decisions on how to stay in a relationship beyond the hardware. Okay? So nga twesiga ebizigo tunyirya twambala engoye twekuba makeup banaife ku software. Ye foundation. Lwaki mbagamba ekyo kino? For the people I've trained, abakyala abayise mu kibiina kyange, nkibita kibiina kwambayita n'abaana. Oba oli myaka 5 okuyita mwana kubanga nze musomesa. For all those who have trained, they have come back with the same word and I feel happy. Kyoli ne wabajjanga relationship yabula. Ne bwajjanga relationship emusobedde. Ne bwajjanga relationship ewedde bonna boogera ekigambo kye kimu nti neetegedde. Nti atuuka ogenda mu dating pool ng'amaaso ategedde, omuwendo gwagutegedde, byayagala abitegedde, byatayagala abitegedde, nga n'ennyinyi talina mu bwangu. Banne weoyangusa omuwendo tetupakuka. People of value, we don't rush. We don't rush. rush what when I've prepared. Oyikyagamba begin with the end in the mind. Tunuulira ekisembayo wano mu beginning. Okay? Nga weesiga ebizigo weekuba makeup onyirira. Kiki ekigenda okufulumamu? Obulamu kibwogere. What quality of life are you going to display to these loved ones you're looking for or you're living with? Lwaki mwewunya nti many people who fall out of relationships or who fail in relationships beereta ensonga ezitakwatagana naye nze ensonga ngimanyi yeeyo. Omuntu ow'omuwendo tabalekekawo. Omuntu ow'omuwendo bamunoonya. Omuwendo teguwoggana. Paper money doesn't make noise. Noise is made by coins. Okay? Omuntu alina omuwendo tawoggana. Tebennyonnyolako. Omuwendo bagunoonya. Tegugoonya bantu. That's how it works. So why don't you work on the software by being in this? Ate muli mulembe omulungi mwana wattu. Muli mulembe oguli amazing. Omulembe gwe tulimu guno bannange bano abantu abasooka tebabifuna bye tulina wano. Information eri too much. Buli kimu kyangu kyakufuna. Abasomesa abasindikidde bayitirivu nnyo. Buli ayogera alina kyakuyigiriza naye abantu tebawulira. Okay? Tubagamba ne batuva n'otubuma. Bw'osanga motivation speaker mutuge. Mujja batuga naye mujja kumaliza nga muli ku street with nothing. Okay? Because muganya okuvamu ki olugezigezi. Omuntu aba tali mugezi nga tewatumibwa kukola mulimu ogwo. Omulimu gwo tebakutuma kusomesa. Teweetumiikiriza. Okay? It is a calling and you must be hammered for that. Bakuwadde n'ebyokozesa ogenda okola ekintu ekyo. Okay? Kati bantu boogera temuwulira. Tubagamba bannaye mubeereko mu bibiina. Tuli mulembe gwa information age. Twavudde mu industrial age. Twavudde mu early farming age ya agriculture. Tuli mu information age that the person with information gets rich. Oyo ayina information entuufu mu budde obutuufu. Kyangu nnyo ofuna gwe byokoledde ebbanga ddene mu ddakiika tono olwa information gy'ayina. We are in the information age. That's why we are having all these technological gadgets coming up every minute, every time to support the information age. So if you're still stuck in the agricultural age, where you're in the village farming food for eating, if you're stuck in the industrial age where you wake up in the morning to work for hours to get income, okyali munsi ndala. Ensi gye tuli ya information age. Kitegeeza nti tuli mu information age, oyo alina information, agitunda, agiwulira, agikozesa, yagifunamu. Kati awo kituuse bannange. Kakati nze abakyala nyongera obbajjukiza, mwekoleko. Twatumibwa kubasomesa. I am the ladies guide. Nalungamizibwa okubalungamya. Mulungamizibwe gye mwagala okulaga. Okay? Era abankozesezza banfunyeemu. Abansemberedde bafunyeemu. Abakyawakana mujja kuwakana tujja basanga twabaleka. Okay? So when it comes to relationships back, I begin by telling women to improve your value. Mwongereko ku muwendo. Temwongera bizigo. Ensende nkozesa mukoye ebizigo gendo sasule kilasi gula kata noyongeza omuwendo. N'omwami wajja kuwasa takuwa bingi nnyo. Omuwendo bagusasula aire. Omuwendo baguteeka mu sente nnyingi. Kubanga tebagukwata kuba gufiiringa. Kati yambusa ku muwendo, oyambuse n'endabika olabe bagenda okulwanira. Omuwendo tebaguzanyirako. So, personal development is number one. As the reason why you people feel alone is muganya okola personal development. Omuntu akola personal development babeera busy. I have students who have just joined n'agamba, Mariam n'obudde sikyabulina. Nga n'okubeerawo bw'agoba relationship obudde tebuliiwo. And the more she's not chasing, the more the man is loving. Obudde mukifo okubeera musome muyigirizibwe mumanye mumala ate mulaavu nga mugifuula omulimu. Kati nze love doctor. Nze abasomesa love. Nze abagamba nti love si mulimu. Love si mulimu kubanga ogufuula omulimu egenda kumenya. It's an emotional experience. Okay. Tetunatandika awo mbadde mu nnyanjula. Tugende ku nsonga endeese. Relationships out of loneliness are the worst relationships. Marriages formed out of loneliness is the worst marriage. Mujja kwerimba, ojja kwonoona ebiseera, ojja kulimba munno, mujja kuyita you will cut corners in love. But love has its own rules and the rule is you will end up where you were before. Love tebagicheatinga, love tebagikubira mu makoona, love tebagikozesa. They don't manipulate it. Okay? So if you're marrying somebody out of alone, you don't want to be alone. You don't want, you want a free home. You want material possessions. It's also not so harmful. It's okay. Better relationship. You want somebody to complete you. You want somebody to be around, yeah? Like your dog or pet. Just you not be alone in the house. Those are not right relationships. Okay? Those are not right reasons to marry or to get married somebody or to fall in a relationship. Because you're falling in a relationship simply because you are alone. Oganya okubeera alone, oganya okukola personal development, oganya okubeera alone, oganya okukola personal development, kati n'odduka mu relationship, ogifuula omulimu. Temwonoona ebiseera. Kati, this goes to those who abuse love. Ekigambo love nzibu, love erimu obulumi, obufumbo buzibu nnyo, bulimu obulumi, buli avaamu ebigambo ebyo banne kambabulire. Mwalonda bubi. You chose unwisely. You fell in love for wrong reasons. Otherwise, people are enjoying. You know? If you make the right decisions, if you are in a relationship and it is fulfilling, ngoliku bliss, please comment in the section below and tell them that I'm in this and I'm in 20 years, I'm in 15 years, and oh my God, this is the best experience I've ever found. Because you chose people using the why with the right reasons. Kati buli ayingira cutting corners of love, trying to get shortcuts into a relationship because you want to fit in, to get something, to use it, to manipulate it. I tell you that truth, love doesn't take up that. It will frustrate you. It will disappoint you. And those are the people who are always around telling people how marriage is hard, how marriage is bad, how relationships are difficult. Era buli abiyingiramu bizibu nnyo. Ebyo biboozi ebyo. Ebyo biboozi mumala mu generation ejja w'amaanyi okuwasa. Abaana abachajja bano mu kifo obbazaamu amaanyi bawa story ebikyamu kubanga mwakola mwalonda bubi. Bwe walonda bibyo temutawanya ate eno generation ejja. Let the new generation of girls, the guys who are coming up, know that it is good to fall in love, and love is a very good experience. Okay? Not to say that bizibu nnyo, buli abigenda mbirumya, birimu obulumi bungi nnyo, birimu obulumi kubanga mulonda bubi. Mupapa. Temugumiikiriza, temwekolako, ne weelaunchinga mu love. Love nago mama bajetegekera. Love is like any other thing. You prepare. You don't go in love because you're simply idle or lonely. You enter in love when you are complete. When two halves meet, then that is completeness. Somebody is complete, this one is complete, then you can fall in love and truly find happiness. So, echechibozi cha love nzimu, tushigobye. It is not on my channel. This is a positive living channel where we believe love is good, marriage is achievable, marriage is possible, if only you can allow to be educated. Ate mutuleko ne mubibiina. Okay? Bw'obeera ng'omanyi nti omuli mu bufumbo, muyina long-term relationship. Lwaki mubeera mu kintu ekitasomesebwa? Ani abagamba nti ofundi bakusomesa? Who told you that you are in a relationship just year in, year out, temusomesebwa bali mu nyumba muli bafumbo? Ani abagamba? Okay? Go to associations. Go to counseling firms. Tubikola. Abafumbo mutule mogeko ne kasa tuwe checking. Nabagamba do health checks. Make health checks for the marriage. Olabe tutuuseewa. Obufumbo butambula tebutambula. Chechi bulamu. Work on the relationship. It's difficult to begin again. To choose a new relationship is hard than to keep the old one, which you have already worked on. Than closing the old one, work on it, go to classes. Muongeze ku value, olabanga gwe value eri waggulu. Ne munno omukwale omugambe jangu mune tusome. Video ngeno gimusindikira girabeko. Mukulire wamu. Let the mating rating grow the same. Bwe tokula genda eri waggulu munno omuleke wansi. All those are reasons why relationships are not fulfilling. Because you didn't choose the people you love. You don't even care about their personal development. Temufayo baba kuloba tebakula ng'omuleka mu bintu byo. Mu bintu bye. Buli omu akula bibye. And that's not a partnership. And I always remind you, if it's a relationship, if it's a long-term relationship, it is a partnership. And a partnership, tukolera wamu. Kakati tusalewo mu mitima gyaffe, nti bw'oba ina relationship yonna, work on it. And how do you work on your relationship? Sira avene yebigambo, banne muve mu bigambo bya love. I love you, you look good, I love you, you see, I love my family. Those things don't matter. A true human being grows by the mind. By transforming them mentally, you transform them physically, socially, economically, spiritually. All sectors of the development are beginning with the mind. Mubatwale bubina basomesebwe. Musomesa abantu. Omuntu omugenda omuyigirize. One documentary I was watching, the guy said, if you are in a partnership and your partner makes a mistake, the first question is, wamugamba. Wali omugambye ku kintu ekyo nga mutandika nti munnange nze sinywa caayi atayokya. Munnange wane waffe tutambula kiro. Wano tetukyaza bagenyi ne basula ennaku nnyingi. Wano omuntu wayingira mu nnyumba talina kutwegatta mu nnyo bbanga ddene. Waliwo amateeka agafuga obufumbo bannange. Nga muyinza oleeta omugenyi mu nnyumba n'abafuukira omugenyi. Ne mugamba ono omugenyi yavuddewa. Abeegasseemu empisa ndala naawe ezizo ndala. Culture ye naawe ezizo ndala. Culture ye ndala naawe yiyo ndala. Naye ng'ate mugenyi mulina omubeera naye mu nnyumba. Agenda ovaamu mwenna nga mukooye, buli omu ng'anyiize, naye ng'ate eyo vibe gyaze naye yokayoka yeyonoonye ekifo kyonna. There are rules. There is time. Mwebaka budde ki? Si ono kwebaka munaana oli adda mwenda. Ono yeebaka ssaawa emu ey'olweggulo, omulala ayingira mwenda. What kind of partnership is that? What kind of partnership? Kakati today's session kuvaamu kwerimba. Mugenda vaamu okwerimba, mwebulira amazima. Amazima gali nti relationships of convenience zibeeramu ebizibu ebityo. Ono yeebaka ssaawa 5 oli ayingira munaana. Ono yeebaka ssaawa emu oli ayingira bukya. Kitegeeza waliwo ekimisinga. And the longer it takes, the more harmful it becomes on your emotional wellness. Most importantly, your feelings and your self-esteem. Time etuuka ng'ekintu mulina kiggalawo kubanga kifiiridde ddala kati temutuukayo. Awo nga mugenda mu kusomesebwa. So oli agamba musomese abantu bammwe nti bw'atuuka okukola ekyo mugamba naye twakugamba. What reference are you making? To refer to what? Omuntu omugamba nga nti odi bayita bagenyi abaleese. Okay? So relationships where people are not paying attention to other people is because most of the time tebali trained. Awo nduddewo nnyo kubanga buli abantu abajja wange balagala healing eya speed. I've met many clients who come on speed. Ng'ekizibu kye kimumazeeko emyaka 10 aga nkimaliye mu dakiika mu ssaawa emu yokka ne muga naye ggwe. Ekintu kikulumidde emyaka 10. Oyaga kuwona mangu. It's like getting a wound on your body and you expect to heal it in a few minutes. Even the body has to give off all those white blood cells until when the wound heals. It is a test of time. So are emotions. Emotions take time to heal, just how they came. Nga bakumenya omutima, wetaaga obudde obumala okuwona. So muguminkize process eyo most of the time. And that's why we teach you that you must pay attention to learning, growing, and give it time. Time. Abamu bawonna bagenda nadda waliwo abanneebazanga yagenda nadda nga wayisewo myanga ga Mariam weebale wamponya wajjukira kati ng'emyaka gisewo 5. 5 3 wajjukira nti awonye kati. So let's not rush the process and let it take slow and allow it. Ng'ekizimba bwe kyajja ku mubiri olina okukiwa time for the natural process to heal it and then you'll totally heal. That well said, let's look at the 8 red flags of relationships of convenience. Tutunuulire ebintu 8 bye mmanyiiko nze ebikulaga nti wayingira ekintu kino because you were alone. You were feeling lonely n'oyingira relationship n'ogamba katutandike tunalabira eyo asita nina mbeesabeesa muno n'omufuula doogo pet tukukuuma naye nga toliimu. The point is toliimu. When I say toliimu, I mean emotionally you're absent, emotionally you're distant, emotionally you're not part of that person, and it's a lie. Many years down the road, you find the one and then you've left for them. Okay? So, let's look at those signs. Number 1. Red flag number 1 that you're in a relationship driven by loneliness. You feel unfulfilled. You feel unfulfilled together. When you're with this person, owulira nga waliwo ekibulawo. Owulira nga tojjudde. You feel emotional emptiness, yet you're married. You feel emotional emptiness, yet you're in a relationship. Nga wali awo, naye nga owulira waliwo waliwo ekintu towulira ng'ojjudde obujjuvu obwo, the fulfilling relationship and true happiness tokiwulira. Kitegeeza ekintu kyolimu ekyo wakiyingira nga feeling alone. Ekintu kyolimu ekyo, it is not driven by true love. You are with that person, but because of convenience. Let's not forget the fact that people can be good. They can be providers, they can be good with children, they can be kind, they can be all those good traits of love can be with these people. Nayenga toli part of them. Because owuliranga tomuwulira takuwulira. Nayenga muntu mulungi. Bambi nga wakisa. Buli kimu tick, all the buttons are ticked. But there is a problem. Kitegeeza nti relationship gy'olimu is a relationship of convenience. Number 2. Paying too much attention to all their flaws. Kitegeeza nti akantu katono bwe kati kakula kakukulako waya. Naye nga mbutuufu si kakulu. Si kyekintu ekyandikuddeko waya. Omuntu oba tomwagala eno love ey'omutima. Ne bw'akolola bukolozi owulira nga kololera ebweru. Ani yali abaddeko mu relationship nga tayagala muntu? Banne tubuulireko awo wansi. Weeyisanga otya ng'omuntu otomwagala? Ng'owuli akunyiiza. Ne bw'afuluta bufulusi mu buliri. Ozuuka n'omutunya bw'oti ng'afunira nga bulaba nnoono. Even snoring. Yet snoring is ye ali mu kunyumira tulotwe. He's you know? And then gonowulira busungu omugamba ofuluuta. Mukati yagala nkola ki? Banaye nkola ki nebase? Mubayamu ezo arguments. Ne bwafumba emmere tewooma. Ne bwayambala olugoye ogamba tanyumye. You ever complain about small things because omuntu oyo tali kuki? Ku mutima gwo. Relationships of convenience, not love. Relationships of relationship driven by loneliness, not love. Bwesto wezibeera. Ne bwakolola, ne bwaba asinizinga bwati akunyiiza. Ne bwaba ali emmere ng'amira bwati owulya sound, owulya obusungu nga bukutta. Bw'oba oli mu kintu ekyo kyenjogeddeko kati. Tubulyeko wansi awo. Kiri kitya? How is the fire there? If you've ever been with someone you don't love, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never experienced somebody you don't love, you don't know what I'm talking about. Ne bw'oba oli baddeko n'omuntu nga tomwagala. Naye nga mulimu audience y'emu byebino ebikutuukako. Ne bw'aba alya bwali. N'owulira ka sound ako. Ng'onyiiga. Ye lwaki gwe olya bw'otyo ng'ogamba banne ndi mu kulya emmere yange empoomerwa. Ne waalya ekikajjo kikunyiiza. Juka ekikajjo kirina okuwogana. Bakirya bawogana. Bannange mbabuulire you people. Nze mumbuulireko. Mumbuulireko. That thing is serious. When you're in a relationship where people pay attention to every small detail of what you do, baby, that person is inconvenience, not love. Get what I'm telling you. Bw'olabanga musajja yeeronda. Buli waayingira wakalwake yeeronda. Ne yeeronda. Ye wano nga wakyafu. Ye nga tibiki. Ng'olaba omuntu obwo obwe butyo obwo ng'omanya this is convenience. Let me tell you about love. One writer said, when somebody falls in love, ne bw'aba ayambadde ekigoye nga kirimu ebituli, bakiteekako pulse. Bw'alaba olugoye lw'ebituli olaba na pulse. Owulira nga buli kyakola kikunyumira. Ne bw'akuvuma onyumirwa. N'ogamba naye olonsesa kunyumira ebintu. Ne bw'aba akuvuma oseka busesi. That is love. Love sprinkles perfume around anything with bad odor. That is love. Love makes you like somebody's anything. Ne bw'aba sinowalinga owulira ng'onyumirwa. Anga wobeera n'omwana n'akaaba ng'abantu abalawulira noise, omwana awoga naye nga omwana okaaba oyo aba music ku maama. Omanya nti wayi mulamu. Ayina emotions ategeera. Kuba gwe omwana waatakaaba tojja kumanya mulamu si mulamu, ategeera batategeera. Are they okay? Okay? Naye kati kuggwa aba music. Naye ku bantu abalala beetoolodde ekifo ekibagamba omwana awoggana. Ne ku maama, ku nnannyini mwana oyo yawulira nga music. Kakati ne love bwetyo weeri. Omuntu waba atakwagala, omuntu wabeera mu relationship of convenience, ne bw'okaaba omunyiiza, ne bw'oyimba tebinyuma. aba complaininga ku buntu obutono. That's a relationship out of loneliness but not love. So comment to us if you've ever been in a relationship where your flaws are always pointed at. Nga buli kantu koyina bakasongako. Ekiko ekyoyambadde tekinyuma. Mbiki tebinyuma. Nga buli kijja kiba kibi. Relationship ngeyo musooke mutubuulireko. Ate naawe gwe baayagala ennyo. Gwe baateekako pearls. Ng'olugoye luliko ebitoli bateekako pearls. Ne bateekako diamonds. Kubanga oli anyumirwa bunyumirwa ne wabiraba nga obyambadde bimunyumira. Naawe tubuulireko. Maybe we shall get an experience. Maybe the people reading the comments will understand that byenjogerako gye biri. Nti abantu babeera mu relationships nga tebaagala bannaabwe. Nga bali mu convenience. Nze sazze kutabula bantu zijja kubayigiriza. Tunoonye solutions. I am the ladies' guide. So, I am guiding you out of mess. You see, life is very important. Life is a very beautiful thing when you find the true person you love. Life is amazing. Ng'ofunye omuntu wo, ennamba yo, entuufu ddala, ekutegedde, bannange mulifuna ekintu. Toweetaaga postinga ku social media for what? Toyagala abantu bamulabe. Kintu kiba important kyama. Ekyama tebakijaajamya. You know? Bakikuuma. Bajja kikutwalako ng'okiteeka ku social media. Nga kiri fulfilling, kiri toyina bigambo byosobola kukozesa kunywera kintu ekyo. Okujjako okwebaza. Bw'oba obadde mu experience ng'eyo bannange, otegeera kitegeeza to find somebody who can do life with you. Nawe obadde mbulamu nga byenjogerako bino, byenkugambye bino. Nga ne woosinoowali nga gamba lwaki okola ki? Ofuluuta. N'omugamba naye kati nze afuluuta, nze yagambye enfuluuta, nze mbadde neebase. Obeera mu kuwoza. Bannange owoza, lava ey'okuwoza. Asite olaba ng'owoza. It's a relationship out of loneliness, not love. Number 3, you're scared to be alone. You're scared to be single. Okay? The red flag single kulaga nti omuntu ali mu relationship naye nga dataliimu is bati okubeera single. Why do people fear being single? They fear to be judged. They want to impress the society. They have not done enough personal development going abagambye. So they escape in relationships to escape singleness. They make that alternative. However, if the alternative to being alone is a relationship, then you're going to settle for less. You're going to be shabbily treated. Bajja kuyisa bubi. Olw'ensonga nti wagaana kiri n'otwala kino kati kino balina kubonyaabonya. That's a not wise trade-off. Ate muyige mu bulamu ebintu ebirina omuwendo. Muyige okuwa ebintu omuwendo. Muyige okubala ebintu si by the price, by the value. Mulekera okutunulira omuwendo nga mulabira mu ssente. Mugulabire mu value, mu feeling gy'owulira. Okay? Because crossing to a relationship because you're alone and you fear being single, where you're going to be shabbily treated for the rest of your life. And then you lose who you are. Then you die every day, and every day the sun rises is death. That's not a wise trade-off. Okay? So, red flag number 3 is you're always shabbily treated. You're underlooked. You are undervalued because we're crossing over ngoduka loneliness. No genda mu kubeera having a relationship naye nga toli valued. Eyi nebeera nga zifu akola exchange. Red flag number 3. Red flag number 4. Something feels missing. Have you ever been in a situation where you feel something is off but you can't point a finger? Nga oli mu kindengo uli waliwo ekibulawo naye tutakisongako. Ng'ogamba omuntu ono mutuufu mulungi bambi akola naye waliwo ekintu. I don't know, but there's something is missing but you can't define it. That something missing but you can't define it is a sign that you went into the relationship with convenience. The why wasn't clear. The why wasn't clear, and that's why you are asking yourself something is missing. What is wrong with me? I feel incomplete. Nina kyenoonya sikirabooka ng'odro you're global trotting all over the world otambula gwanga ku gwanga waliwo ekintu kyenoonya waliwo ekintu ekyo kintu kyonoonya ekyo kiraga nti ekintu kyolimu tekiri fulfilling. Let me tell you about fulfilling relationships. When you find somebody nga ddala yeye banemba buli amazima you find yourself ne mukatale availability ekendeera oba tokyalabika wafuna omuntu omutuufu obeera nawaka watuuka wapaakinga tobeera available everywhere. Ne bwolaba ng'oli mu global trotting something is off. I'm looking for something. You try to put your energy in other things to feel yourself, you know, obenga alina kyonoonya kitegeeza waliwo ekibulawo era ekibulawo ekyo ye muntu omutuufu gw'olina okuba naye ate ng'olina ono. So check yourself if you feel something is missing. Red flag number 5, the future together is blurry. Your future with this person is blurry. If you're in a relationship where you don't see yourself with this person in the future, I don't know whether any one of you has ever experienced. If you've ever been in this experience, please tell us in the comment section below. Have you ever been in a relationship where you feel omuntu ono yadde naye naye tamina gye mulaga nga naawe okimanyi ebbanga nelitambula naye nga wokuba toki bwoti 10 years from now omuntu ondala n'abeera naye nga naawe ansa ogirina ngo gawayi tutambule. The future is blurry. People who are in for a long haul, they plan together. They plan the future together. In 5 years me and my family will be in Kansas. Ba planning. We shall have relocated. Ba planning ila wamu kubanga omuntu future ye omoli. Nye olaba omuntu ga future tojirimu. A planning yekka. Buli kagula agula yekka. Haven't you ever seen where a couple someone is buying abikyagula ate kamanyage? Mu buli kimu nga oyinza gamba essaawa yonna yonna ojja genda. Njange nja genda. Nange nja genda kakati sis tetugatta. Whatever ng'ekintu ekitali when it's blurry, when there is lack of clarity for the future, then kitegeeza future eyo tolimu. Nali bwaba planning tolimu. Whatever ng'oli mu kintu bwe kityo, it's a sign that you're in a relationship of convenience, not love. Number 6, you are not happy. You are not happy. All the things we have given you sum up one word: happiness. We fall in love to find happiness. And happiness can be defined as self-content and loved. When you're in a relationship with someone, you feel safe. You feel content and you feel loved. When you're with someone where you don't feel safe, unsure, unsafe, you don't feel loved, happiness disappears. Tochamuka. Banemba buli waliwo omuntu gwalaba n'ochamuka. Nga mwagala nga n'owulira akuba pibi kogeti owulira nga wachamusedda. Niwe n'owulira pibi, immediately something flies out of the window. Owulira nga bajjemu omuti wanoga wuuyo atuuse. When you're in a relationship where you say wuuyo atuuse, oba gwenyi n'obanga okyama ewaka n'ogamba nfudde nze. Bw'oba oli mu kintu ekyo, you are not happy. And relationship being the foundation of happiness, if it comes to a level where you're regretting, you are not emotionally happy, then what is the relationship for? It has become not important anymore. Okay? When you're not happy, the sign that the relationship is for convenience. And always remember, some relationships are not terrible. That's the truth. You can be in a relationship, but it's not terrible. Temurwana temuyomba nenga tewagisanya. Ng'omuntu mulungi, muntu mulamu atuukiza buli kimu nga kiri tick, 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 tick. Omuntu bakyanigambe nti bambi ali mu relationship entuufu naye ng'essanyu tewali. Ekigambo essanyu n'olaba omuntu n'owulira nga owulira essanyu, ekigambo essanyu nga kye kibulamu. Nenga byonna nnaabikola nenga tokiwulira. It's a feeling. Money cannot buy it. It can buy all those gadgets, what, but this excitement is not bought by money. It's a feeling. Ng'omuntu omulaba owulira ng'okyamuse. Don't wait. Ng'ogamba kakati Maria Mwatisa agenda kunyumiza emboozi. That thing is what defines your relationship happiness. Nga musobola okunyumya understand. If you want to know that somebody is real for you, look at the conversation level and the time you spend together. Bulaba ng'omuntu ng'oli naye ne mukuba emboozi ne mutuuka ssaawa 6 gwa kiro ne mukaba n'obudde bugenze oba 7 bannange omuntu oyo aba mutuufu. Gwe weebuuze kiki ekibakuumya awamu essaawa ezo zonna. That thing we don't know how to define it, but that's the origin of happiness. Kitegeeza omuntu oyo omutekinga in the relationship ne bwakola ebikunyiiza abaako n'ebinaakusanyusa ne bwakola ebikunyiiza compensating n'ebinaakusanyusa okusinga ate ono ng'ominga muna temuseka. There is a movie I watched where someone was marrying into a prestigious family. I think you should watch it. It's on Netflix. The movie was called Damisel. Omuwala omunaku mu family enjavu mu kingdom enjavu yagana yagala ofumbira mu kingdom y'abagagga nga baba endogoyi za gold. I mean gunze bamuvugirako za gold bikimu gold. But then the queen made a statement. Queen nanyini kingdom ya gold yagamba ino family ze nagamba olaba ng'omwavu nga wasa mu family engagga. That's not a relationship, it's a transaction. It made me understand that in life there is what they call relationship and transaction. Ne mulaba nti omuntu ogenda nje ne weegatta ku muntu ng'ebadde transaction nga tewali mboozi nakulabira nga queen omugagga ono wa gold tanyume na queen weeri ono yavudde mu kingdom endala nga mugakisho obadde ongamba ki nga kwaba tobadde ongamba ki ono nga yagula queen I was what ono nga ali mu nsi ndala nga n'oli alina birala bali bava mu farming kingdom bali mu kingdom za gold ate bawasanganya abaana naye nga maama wono ne maama ono tebalina mboozi ne batuwa bati nga abaana bawasanga ono teyaga kugana ono temutujyamu. Yamugamba this is a transaction, not a relationship, because how do you fit in us? So maybe nebintu bitwa mu nsi weewunya n'ogamba before we go into relationships, is it a transaction or is it a relationship? When you're with somebody you cannot even talk, you can't communicate, oli ku bunkenke, you cannot even nga weechecking as if waliwo ekyamu kyokoze nga wulira oswala owulira nga because you have to double check waliwo ekyamu kyenkoze. Bannange, that is not a relationship. Mujjukiranga movie mugino yoda Damisel. Is it Damisel? Damsel. Queen yabuuzwa Queen Woli nti we mujja mutane mutufumbirwamu. No transaction already. Era gye byagwera ali transaction. It was a transaction, not love. Kakati mu abawala abaagala abasajja abagagga baneenzamu bajjukiza. Before you network yourself to rich men, mwekolemu omulimu. Sooka weekolemu munda nti wotuuka ku side ye tebeera transaction ebeera relationship. What is a relationship? Is where there is a communication mode where you're talking and somebody is listening. When someone is not listening and you're talking, then it is a transaction. Tuulaawo. Bwe tumala nkwagala bye. Toward relationship. If you're in a marriage where you are in a transaction, not a relationship, please tell us. Comment if you've ever been in a relationship where there is a transaction when it's not a relationship. Nga nemboozi tewali wabula omuntu agamba mweyagali nga ne byemunyumya tabinyumirwa nga ne byemunyumya toyina byemunyumya ne bagamba tumutuule bwe muti mumala olunaku lulamba nga mutudde aba bannaye emboozi egwabwe munatulira munne bw'ati ono agamba tetukola kiwano tugende omudde waka. Boredom. I don't know. You people don't know. I don't know you people. But that kind of life living is the worst. So if you're in a relationship and you are not happy, you may be in a transaction, not in a relationship. Oli alina kyakujja kunawe nakyo mujjako bye. Damisel. Mugende munenya muve yansesa. Eyo statement yansesa. This is a transaction, not a relationship. Queen natambula namuvira. Mugende mwesorting. So number 7, you are always in the past. You always find memories exciting for you to be in the present. Have you ever been in a relationship that you must only bring the past experiences to enjoy the present? What example can I give? Like, nga bonna byo n'ogamba, bannaife nga twachakala. Mariam, mu mulembe guli, bannaye nachakala. Kyokka okinyumiza mu present. Owulira ekigambo ekyo? Era munnange, ffe, nga olaba nti every happiness you want come from the past. Buli kyogezaako okufiiringa essanyu lyo kiva mu past. Bw'olaba ng'oli mu mbeera eyo, nga olina kuleeta past experiences okunyumiza omuntu. To prove your happiness. Kitegeeza essaawa zino toli happy. Nekyoli nakyo. Otherwise, we would be talking about the present. What do we need in the past? The past is gone. There's nothing in it. It was just experience and then we have wrapped up the whole thing and then thrown it in the trash bin. We're in the present. Don't think in the future. Don't think in the past. Let's talk about the present. Naye bw'olaba nga oli mu relationship, naye ng'okuginyumirwa olina kunyumya bye wayitamu. Bw'olaba ng'oli mu relationship, naye ng'okunyumirwa relationship olina kuleeta bikadde mu bipya. Kitegeeza nti oli mu relationship eyo because of convenience. Kitegeeza n'ebikadde bigisinga. It's better to be in the past than being in the present. So wobeeranga n'omuntu nga muli ku date abawala, gayinako ebibozibozi. Omanyi girlfriend wange yasooka, yali mukyala muyigirize nnyo. Mariam yali asoma. Nga banne buli kataba aba akamanyi. Ng'owulira ebibuuzo ebyo. Banne musobola okunyuma ne Mariam munyume buli kimu akinako idea. Yakisomyeko oba yalina weekiraba. Naye ng'abikunyumiza mu present. Naye ng'aleeta past mu present. Kitegeeza akyali staaka mu kintu kiri. Tannakifuluma. Ng'anyumya nti, muneefe emirembe giri lwiya. I used to travel. I used to really have good time. Kali naawe. Ajjukira kiri, abeere mu kino, anyumirwe kino. So you're using the experience as an excuse. It's a convenience, not your love. Okay? So when you're bringing past in the present, it's a sign that you're not enjoying the present. And remember, I always tell you, present is all we have. Past, future, there's nothing. We are in the now. Period. Emotional unavailability. When you're in a relationship with someone who is unavailable, when they're not present emotionally, with emotional I mean ngatomowulira. You don't feel them. They don't feel you. This is all happening, but there's no connection. The connection is not there. You feel it. That empty feeling. The feeling that somebody is not in. You feel it. When there is emotional availability, and even they cannot discuss with you deeper emotional issues, takuyingiza mu mboozi za munda. Biri kungulu bwe biti. Ng'omanya nti, eno convenience, not love. Era ng'ogamba nti, eno tulimu because maybe ali lonely. Naga kamale gatwala ono. I'm telling you the truth. Because emotional connection is the reason for love. I need to remind you. When you're emotionally connecting with someone, you love them. And when you love them, it is easier for you to discuss everything. Even vulnerable, you become vulnerable to them. Oyogera buli kimu. Owulira ng'osanze mukwano gwo. Naye bw'olaba ng'olina information gy'olekayo, weekweka. Tomuwulira, takuwulira. Muli distant. Emboozi y'abadde omunyumiza tositwala bweru mu mikwano gyo. Kitegeeza nti waliwo emotional unavailability. And how do you know that someone is emotionally unavailable? Oba omuwulira wano feelings nga tali naawe. Talumirirwa. Ne bw'omugamba ndi ku kitanda nzadde, tajja. Omwana amusanga waka. Kulika baby. Amusanga waka. Ne ku mudwale tajja. Ne bw'omugamba nfunye ekizibu ekiro ndi somewhere, they do not appear. They're not available with you emotionally. Talumiwa. Ne bw'oba ofunye obuzibu talina kyawulira. It is okay. Tebimukwatako. So emotional unavailability is too much in relationships which are formed out of loneliness. Where somebody is just joining themselves with another person out of, I fear being alone, but I am not emotionally available for you. Okay? So if you're in such a relationship where you are emotionally unavailable or someone is emotionally unavailable, please comment to us. How do they behave? What is your experience with that person? Nga talimu, ng'omuwulira talimu. Nga akwelaba n'okwerabira, agamba let me call you back, n'akuvaako. N'omugamba mpozi wagambye ogenda neerabidde naye ng'agamba I love you but I forget to call you when I say I'm going to call back. Emotional unavailability is a sign that a relationship is out of convenience, not love. A relationship is out of loneliness, not love. And that was said, my dear friends, those are the 8 signs, the telltale red flags that you should look out for in any relationship to tell whether it's a relationship out of loneliness or it's a relationship out of convenience. Because being in a relationship when you're not sure exactly where you fall is the origin of emotional unhappiness. And when you deal with all those things head on, up front, especially when you know that all those things are going through your life, you need to first do personal development. I remind you, temugenda mu relationship yonna nga tomaze kwekolako. Toddamu kugenda bya love. Nga teweekulakulanyiza munda. Love ejja bamenya. Mujja gufuula omulimu. Tonneetereza sijja bannyonnyola kikola kitya mpaka ng'okifunye. Buli akifuna yakitegeera okendeeza pressure ya love. And that's why for us we don't even post on social media. Mugende mukebere. Go and check all my social media handles. Mulaba mu bistory byange bya love. Tebirimu. Why? Because I found myself and that's not the point. It is not something that I can say it is an achievement. I've achieved kakati. It's not an achievement, it is part and parcel of the bar that completes your life, but it is not an end in itself. Because it is changing all the time and you cannot change with it. Okay? So if you want to grow in a relationship, if you want to improve yourself in a relationship, work on yourself, find other things which can improve your value so high that a relationship is nyongeza. For otuka ku level, then you're ready for a relationship. So don't go in a relationship. Don't get married because you're alone. Get married, get into a relationship when you're complete. That somebody who is coming to you comes for connection. You need connection. You need to connect socially with this person. That is the foundation of happiness in a relationship. Thank you so much. And just to remind you, this is a membership channel. If you want to be the member of the Ladies Guide Club family, you had better join using that link. Why? Because as time goes on, we shall put our emphasis on the community. Then, katumuli jeno sinaya ulamu. Niyo narolinga to the community, because there is a brand of people we want to raise in the next generation. Okay? And thank you so much. If you're one of our members already, expect to receive more and more of this useful stuff that is going to emotionally, socially, financially, spiritually grow your life from time to time. And also to attend my classes, Emotional Intelligence, to teach you all the things that I give you here, and to teach you all the things that make life worthwhile, and then you relate well in all kind of relationship. Mariam Naguja, Ladies Guide, your emotional wellness guide. See you again next week, and bye-bye.
She's a lady.